find my freaking link so I can add
AFTStream Live, Session 5, twitch.tv, AFTS podcast is going now. Twitter.
Where did I put my keys? They're here somewhere.
Oh, I just got one from Facebook and from YouTube.
Yeah, Facebook. Yep.
Good. Something's working.
We're going. We're going.
There we go.
He said we're going. And we're almost ready to be going because I'm going to click the going with the going thing.
Roderick Cube is in my... Oh, never mind.
Thank you, Deckard Kane.
Deckard Kane.
We are almost. Where the heck do I find the link?
I always thought he sounded a bit like Sean Connery.
Yes.
Just a bit.
Agreed.
Shaken or stirred.
Shake and bake. Let's see. I don't know if you guys heard that. I just got the intercom
I did.
downstairs. Audio sounds good.
Audio sounds good.
Well, stink nuggets.
Well, thank you, Bridget.
Hey,
Or was
hey, Randy,
that someone else?
send me the link that you just got that it was on Twitch. Because for some
not
reason,
Twitch. I said Twitter.
I do not possess the intelligence to find my own link on my own Twitch channel. I'm sure somebody will help me out with that at some point.
Twitch. Mine was YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I need to get us on Twitch still.
All right. Well, let me find that then. In the meantime, I hope those folks out there are enjoying the what's happening.
Shit. All one word? No. It is not all one word. Okay.
What is all one word? What is confusion?
Shit.
And
okay, so I got a bunch of random people.
I like random people. Random people.
What's it
are
called
some
on
of the most
the stream? Is it
predictable ones.
AFTStream? Or...
I think I'm regretting my decision to ask Randy to give me a link.
I don't have it on Twitch. I'm trying to find it. I don't know what
it doesn't have to be. It just needs to be a link to the stream so I can put it in another place.
He also regrets you asking him.
Tell you where I'm going to stick it.
You said specifically Twitch. I had everything but Twitch.
I did. I apologize. I thought you had said Twitch TV when you were reading out your alerts.
You did say Twitch TV.
I said Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.
You also said Twitch TV.
Damn, Jason.
Somebody's on my
Devil's
side
advocate
for
over
once.
here.
Somebody's on my side for once.
Did you see the way he hopped up in his chair like a little imp?
Like, I heard it too.
You're just trying to get
He said it.
No, it's just like I have to use my standing desk more because I sit down at it too much.
Play the tape.
Play the tape.
I'll pull the clip from it when I go to edit this video.
We will. Definitely.
I'm gonna make a montage of just Twitch. And if he didn't say Twitch, I'm gonna alter it so he said Twitch.
That's perfect. Because if you don't, I will.
Yeah. It's going to be in a random voice. It's going to be Randy's voice, and it's going to be like,
follow.
It's going to say, look, I've got these messages from Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and...
Twitter and Twitch. That's exactly what it's going to be. Kiki, I need you to say Twitch so I can just dub your voice over his for that edit.
Oh, perfect.
All right, so
What flavor are white jelly beans?
Share to.
What flavor?
That's racist. That's why.
There's the title for today's episode. What flavor are white jelly beans?
Send.
What? Look at it. Like, don't get me wrong, they're delicious, but I have no idea what flavor.
What flavor are they even?
Does it say on the package?
They're not like those every flavor beans, right? The ones that taste like. Are they like ones that like vomit flavored and things like that?
No. They're Can I have the? Theo, did you steal my jelly beans?
There. Now leave me alone.
Thank you.
Those are my jelly beans. I don't need them to.
That took some money. There was something else called AFTStream. I was like, what?
No, they're the Russell Stover ones, and no, they don't have the flavor on the package, which is kind of shit, but that's okay.
All right. Now I have it somewhere where I'm finally going to go ahead and click this button for us to actually
No,
start.
I think we need to have a discussion of jelly bean flavors for the next hour
All right,
instead.
let's do that in just a moment. Let's get going.
All right. So liquor. No.
Liquor what? I hardly know. Well, hey, and here we are. Look, we're not just disembodied voices, we're also disembodied heads and shoulders.
We're not.
And not all of us have our full
We're
head
not.
either.
Knees
Kiki
and
has brought
toes.
most of hers with her once again. We are Adventures from the Stream. Hey, welcome. We're getting back to our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign that we run in Foundry Virtual Tabletop. We're going to get back to some of the action first. We'll just let you know Chris is not with us this evening. Alset will kind of take a little sideline here, kind of like we did with Allie and Marty previously, where one of the things we'll do when a player's missing is, when we can, we'll just take advantage of their skills and ignore the rest of the character. It's an easy way to make sure the character is still around without necessarily having to have the person. All that said, let's do around the screen here. Let's start with Jason, who has the wrong name tag. So I'll fix that momentarily.
Yes. Well, I am going to be playing as Alset Alokin today, and I'm going to be walking us into a death trap. And yes, that's what I'm just kidding. My name is Jason. I'll be playing Marty Shimmerly, and I might be down in the other corner. Yeah. Oh, I'll be down in the other corner here, maybe, depending on where Joe sits me.
Yeah.
Let's shave your head. Let's make you look like Chris. Come on.
That's fine. That's fine. Me and Chris are basically the same person, anyways. It's
Basically.
It's back.
Basically. I realize what it is now. Marty left us a little early last time. Actually, Jason did. Marty didn't. And that's the camera I turned off. And so when I turned things back on this time, I shoved you in the camera that was still on. That would be my faux pas. Next is going to be the Halfling Paladin. Who are you?
Hey, I'm Kiki. I'll be playing Allie, the Halfling Paladin, just because I can't play Marty now. It's the only reason.
I know. It's disappointing. Everybody wants to play Marty at one point.
I'm calling dibs. If it comes up for grabs, I call dibs on Marty. Just saying.
Outstanding. Who else is here?
Hi, it's Randy, and I play Tusk, the half-orc, half-man, lycanthropy, werewolf thing, barbarian. I said that already. Let's go.
Of Doom.
You're still suffering from that lycanthrope thing. Come on, man. You should have gotten over that a while ago.
Yeah, we just, thought about doing something about it and was like, let's go elsewhere.
Which is going to be an upcoming video soon.
And I was like, they pay me? We'll figure that out later.
Jason, do you have any magic words that would bring you from that top left down to the bottom right?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
There you go, then.
I wish I did. There we go. Okay, all right.
That makes it a little easier. If you had no magic words, we can just say there are no words to describe what just happened.
There are no words to describe it. It's just Marty's. It's his overall presence. Just he can move around.
All right.
Get around, get around. He gets around.
Round, get around.
Any more, we have to pay for it.
So let's see. Where did we leave off last time? With this, I'm going to bring up the old mapper here because this can help give us a little visual of what we were seeing last time. Let me look at moving it down here a little bit so we can see it a little more. You guys had gone to this little room. First off, you're in the cave of Kair Banar. Anyway, you are in the dragon's lair. Daramon, the dragon, who had once lived here, has since kind of left home. Maybe went on a little Dracolich adventure, and he's off and about. This is a place where Alset had heard that the dragon had lived, and he's looking for some link to the dragon based on the old the Doom Heart that he had come up with for his story, and we are looking for maybe some kind of link to the Drake Piercer, which was the crossbow made from some of the dragon bones from when Daramon was defeated. All that said, you guys made your way into the cavern. into the big pool room, found some mutant / hybrid kobolds, and those guys have put up a little bit of a fight, wore you down a little. You went around a few turns here, found a dead end, came back up to the north, and have just been engaged in battle with the other mutant kobolds, hybrid kobolds that you found in this little room up here. And this room is, I'm going to scroll this down a little so we can put it in the screen. This room, the setup for this room is we have the 3 kobolds. You've got the Kobold Captain. It's actually his turn when we start back up into combat. And then in the room too, you have one that looks kind of wizardy, and another one that's kind of priesty. Those looks to them. Those are the other 2 kobolds in the room. You can see there's a tent there. There's an altar. There are a few benches. There's a little fire burning, but then there's also this big dragon skull with, you'd have to guess, some kind of magical / eternal kind of flame. It doesn't appear to be consuming anything. It's just a flame right there. Let's see. Let me bring up our combat tracker. But let's see what we got. So I've got. I guess I should open it up for myself too, because we're about to add these other guys into initiative. Well, I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. We're going to see how our party decides to handle that. Just recently, we had the other 2 kobolds that were here were defeated. That was the guy that was the battering ram guy that just kept charging forward and hitting people. And then the other one that was a guard with his friend over in the other spot that you guys also killed. It makes me sad.
Yeah, he ran away.
I mean, not really.
And I apologized, and then
you?
clubbed him to death.
Join the
I wasn't
club.
really sorry.
All right. Anybody else have anything you want to add before we pick this right back up?
Where am I on the map? Where am I on the map? Where is Marty at? I know he was a little bit under the weather
Look at
last
the
time.
end of the
I think
tunnel.
Marty went invisible.
At the end of the tunnel? Is that where I'm at?
Give me a moment.
I mean, Marty can be invisible. He is that good.
I think it's my fault. I think I removed him somewhere, and I am about to bring him back
We need to add you to the initiative.
There. What's that?
You need to add him to the initiative now too.
Yes, I will do that as well.
No, it's fine. Marty doesn't want to fight. You guys can handle this by yourselves.
So Marty is
I have the utmost faith in all of you.
And
He
I
chuckles.
will. Let me click a roll here for Marty to get him in there as well, just to make those numbers happen. So that's.
I like it when numbers happen.
Yeah, I like numbers. Let's go with so the Kobold Captain was next up, and remember he was berating his battering ram buddy as the boss. He was kind of disappointed that he wasn't doing so well, and now he's come forward after you guys have defeated the batterer guy, and he's attacking Tusk. I think Tusk is the one right in front of him. Although I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think we may even have Allie in this little fracas here. If I move the armored kobold,
I thought she jumped ahead.
Yeah.
And that's,
So I'm gonna invisible Mr. Armored Kobold here, the battering ram guy, because Allie had been riding Tusk's shoulders and then jumped forward. So that's where we are now.
dark in here.
With that, it is dark. With that in mind, what we're going to do is have the Kobold Captain attack Allie with the scimitar instead. I know you like this turn of events, right?
Oh, of course.
Here we go. We've got a hit for
Rude.
8 points of damage. It should already be deducted from your character, but he just lunges forward with this big, nice, graceful, sweeping scimitar in a motion that almost makes it look like an ugly weapon. He's not necessarily a graceful fighter. But the scimitar itself, it looks beautiful. It's just like the other kind of weapons and armor you've seen here. It has some form of ancient quality to it, and you can definitely appreciate the weapon that just sliced you, Allie. You can. I'm not saying you have
Okay.
to. Tusk. So you,
Okay,
man.
Tusk had frenzied the last session again for the second time during this fight. So this is now his first turn to do 2 attacks because of the frenzy.
Nice.
Let's see, I'm double checking. Turn after this one. Okay, yeah. So I can make a single weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after that initial one. So I am going to attack this guy twice. Because it doesn't say I have to attack someone else.
Now, I just so you know, we talked about this before too, but the hallways are narrow, but as long as you don't end your space on the same turn as an ally, you can share a space during an attack. Or you can even move through and try and like charge this guy or whatever you want to do. But you can step forward, share the space with ally, make the attack, and then come back if you want. Or if you're using a reach weapon, I'm sure
Tusk
you can
is
reach over her
7 feet
head.
tall and yeah, I was going to say Tusk is a 7 foot tall half orc with a great club and a great axe. He'll probably use the club because I think he had that out last time in this scenario, and that's how I will go in. I can still move forward. I should probably use the AWSD.
Yes, definitely use your keyboard and not click and drag.
Because I just dragged. But I'll move back after I'm done.
Okay.
Great club. I just click it twice, so I both up. But if I botch, we'll get creative after that. Definitely not flanked, so a normal roll.
I like the idea.
Raging. Okay, that was not great. I don't think a 9's going to hit.
No, it even tells you it missed.
Yeah. I'm going to double check rage real fast. Gain advantage on strength checks and see. 2 melee damage.
Double check
Okay,
rage
so it's 2.
angrily.
It's plus 2 damage per hit while I'm raging.
Okay.
So, okay, I will use this one now. My other attack while I'm. Okay, so that's better. That one hit. Okay. 16.
16 hits. What
2
about
hits,
damage?
yep. Damage is coming up, but add 2 to this because of, unless I did it already. Plus 4. I think that's my strength mod.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my strength mod. So it's 2 more than that. Yes.
Okay.
So 11 damage.
Okay. I can double click.
And then I will step back.
Okay.
Move. All right, thank you. And end my turn.
And up after that is Alset. And at this point, we're just going to skip over Alset until we feel that he needs to join in. Alistair. Allie.
Alrighty. And I can just attack because he's right there.
You sure can.
No.
If you want, though, you can brag about not being 7 feet tall.
I was just saying I'd reach. That's all. I wasn't bragging.
I mean, I don't.
And it's come up quite a bit,
6 feet
Tusk.
tall.
That's your height. You're 7 feet tall here. It comes up quite often.
It really does. Have you ever heard me talk about how tall I am? I didn't think so.
I mean, I said I was tall. That's why I had to fit through a crevice and was hard. Come on. You guys needed this information. I went into a dwarf's place. It was short. Come on.
Awesome.
I went to a grocery store. They always had Tusk get the thing off the top shelf because they couldn't reach. We just stopped fighting and have an argument right here. Confused them.
Exactly.
That's
perfect.
classic D&D.
Damn. Well,
What else?
That's how that
what else
went.
can you've got to be able to do more than one attack at this point, right?
I think we looked it up last time and not.
Nope.
yet.
Level 3.
You should
One
be
attack.
able to make something up
Oh.
by now. I mean,
Yeah, you
Are we
can.
level-
It's up to
are we
the it's up to the
level- I thought we
dungeon
were
master. But
level
yes, by the rules, only one. Level 4. I'm sorry, but you get your second attack. You get the second attack at level 5.
Okay.
Second attack at level 5. But
There you go.
you could always have a bonus action, Allie, and you can maybe convince Joe to do something.
That's all you've got.
Just
to
let me
do.
trip him. Just let me trip him.
Well, how would you do that?
With an athletics check.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. All right, let's take an
Yeah,
athletics check.
absolutely.
Are you sure you're low enough to trip him? I mean, you're 7 feet. Oh, that's not you.
I mean, I don't want to talk about my height or anything, but like, I think I can do it.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg. Get him a body bag.
Get him a body bag.
Athletics. Think.
Did you just say dink?
I said bink with a B.
Oh, all right. Either way works. Let's see. I'll have him
Dink,
do
dink.
an opposing acrobatics check, just because it seems like an appropriate thing to do if you're getting it for free. Yeah, so Kobold Captain definitely did not. When you went for his leg, he thought you were going for the other one and put all his weight on the leg that you were going for, and you're able to just knock him prone. So Mr. Kobold Captain is now prone. And let's move on to Allie, if you would, end your turn, and we should see Marty pop up here.
Yes, hopefully. I'm still invisible, I think.
There it is. Bink.
Where am I?
You shouldn't be.
Where's my token?
invisible. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you are. Now you are not.
Ah!
That's my mistake.
I have been trailing all of you invisibly
Let
for this
me,
whole time.
Let me see.
Oh my gosh. What are you doing back there?
Now, it's weird that I don't.
My friend,
see
don't
you
scare
on
me
the
like that.
combat tracker still here. You are, however, in combat state. You are in the combat tracker on my screen. What happens when you?
I'm
just
on the
attack?
combat tracker. I was invisible.
I was looking
Yeah,
at.
so
the
let's
one
go.
in the-
Let's go
in
ahead
the-
and.
In the stream, you're not. So, whatever. The people who are watching can believe
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Jason.
Absolutely. So I'm not the most haughty of individuals, but I'm going to try to help my teammates out for the next go around here. I'm going to try to cast light directly into the eyes of this creature to hopefully blind him and give some help to my fellow comrades next turn,
That sounds like a good thing.
if that is something that I can do.
I don't see why not.
All right. So let me go
I
ahead
mean,
and.
unless you have no
I'm going to
skills or
cast-
spells to do it.
No, I have skills and spells to do it here, but there we go. I just rolled, and that is a 19 for the. I'm sorry, that's a 19 for the. Oh, you saved. Dang it. Okay, so never mind. He's not blinded. I just make a really nice bright light around everybody. Upon doing that, I'll be like, "Whoops! I'm." Hopefully, Tusk, Allie, that you can see better now to hit him. Yes. Okay, good.
So we should
And then I
have.
will.
Thanks for that.
You're saying that he should now also be a light source, is what you're saying.
Yes, pretty much.
How far
yeah.
does that light go?
It's I just put the thing down, the little radius thing. It's the whole room basically from where
Okay.
it's surrounded. It's centered on him, 20 feet.
Okay, because I can just set him to
And-
have the
and I
light
will-
cantrip set on him, on the token itself.
Yep.
If that's
Yep.
what
So with that being said, Marty will then go. All right. Well, give him a good wall up now that you can see him, and I will back up behind the wall.
Outstanding. Let us see
Nice.
then.
Well, why is there we go? I
There
can,
there he
and then
is.
I will end my turn.
Okay, well, he's going to swing because he doesn't have to go up too far to be eye to eye with Allie. He's just going to prop himself up on one elbow and swing back at Allie with his scimitar without getting up yet. He's a little angry, not going to worry about getting up yet. Maybe he'll get up.
Yes, he
after
can
he
see you
kills
much better now too. I apologize.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. Definitely bright. Let's
I
see.
apologize for that.
Scimitar again on Allie. Oh, that's going to be another hit, and that's another 6 points of damage. And he will spend the rest of his turn standing up, and he's going to step back, which I want to give you the opportunity, if you'd like, to hit him as he's stepping back. 'Cause
Absolutely.
He's heading back towards his other two companions, towards the back of the room.
Okay, and I will take that opportunity.
Get him. You can see better now, slightly.
Very much so. Not just slightly. Definitely. Way better. Oh, see what I mean? Way better.
Hey,
That for sure hits.
Good show, Marty.
there you go. Thank you.
You just have to do some damage now.
So the range on a great club is 5 feet, which are the length of the squares, but I also have maybe a couple feet with my arms.
Now there are certain spots where I feel like inventing rules is a little extra. When they're
Okay.
accounted for already, that's why they have weapons with reach. Oh hey, that was 13 points of damage there.
Hey, hey.
He howls in. It's like a cross between a dragon and a cat sound as he steps back and kind of stumbles over one of the benches and makes his way back to where the other two are. And when he makes his way back there, the other two immediately start to like tend to his wounds, and that's going to throw them
Oh.
into initiative now as well. So let me add both of them.
Like that.
And you will see them show up as Priest and Fanatic. And I will add their numbers in. Oh my. One of them got a whole 20 for initiative. That's outstanding for them, not you. So that's the end of his turn. Tusk, you are up.
No one gave him permission to leave.
I'm going to leapfrog
That's a good point.
the best I can over Alice.
Can't you just step over her since she's that?
Pretty much.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, 5, 10, diagonals 15, 20. I'm going to get right here, and I'm going to use Reckless Attack for my first attack action because it says, once I get back to that slow moving screen, when you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly, giving you the advantage on a melee attack or weapon attack rolls using strength during this turn. But attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. So I'll be taking a risk here, but I'm going to try to stop any healing by hopefully KOing this guy with these next 2 hits with Relentless Attack following up.
KO.
Where'd my taskbar go?
Where'd you put it?
Oh, there it is. I keep on moving the screen, so it kind of moved away. So
Oh, that makes
raise it
sense.
higher real quick. Yeah. I need to get like 8 screens like you, Joe.
I think I increased this time.
Maybe I should choose someone. And
6, 7, 8. I'm at 9,
now
unfortunately,
that I
because
chose-
of work.
ah,
Oh,
let's see. This endurance? No. Where is it?
what is it you're doing there? Tusk, the half wolf
Something.
pig man guy.
It's called Reckless Attack. And it's rolling with advantage for my first attack roll.
Yep.
With strength weapons, and then I'm going to.
I guess what I mean
with,
is,
since I'm
are you
fencing-
attacking with a strength weapon?
Yes, I'm attacking.
Go for it.
Yes, I was just checking something real quick.
Okay.
All right.
I am okay with things being checked.
Okay, so this one is with advantage. All right, so 17 plus. And it's not a
It
crit,
hits.
it's a normal.
Definitely hits. 23 will hit.
Yeah, it was a 23, and I am raging, so that's plus 2.
Plus 2 more.
2 more, so it's 11.
Yep. Okay.
And the other one, I got to roll still. I clicked it twice, but only the name came up on the first one. So,
Okay.
come on. I hate this. Oh, I don't need 3. Okay. So this one's normal.
How normal is it?
It's okay.
16 hit.
So that one hits
Yep.
too. And normal. 2, 6, 8. Wait, does rage work for both attacks? I need to double check that real quick. Melee damage with strike weapons.
I mean,
It just
I
says,
can't imagine you calm down in
with strike
between.
weapons. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it'd be
Wow.
8 more. Okay, and that'll be the end of my turn.
All right.
I didn't kill him,
Well, guess what?
unfortunately. So now it's a
the-
priest's turn. Great.
Yeah, let me add the 2 more damage that you got there. So he is going to let's first off, he's going to bring. So he turns towards the flaming dragon skull. In his unusually large hands, he grabs what looks like a bit of the fire and places it onto the Kobold Captain. And that has the effect of, let's see. We're going to do it there. We're going to do it there. We're going to do it there. And
Of a half-used minor healing potion.
yeah, it has the effect of a Cure Wounds spell, cast at a slightly higher level. So the fire seems to like mend some of the scales that you guys have been damaging on the Kobold Captain there. After he takes that turn, we're going to go to the Fanatic here, the Kobold Cult Fanatic. And he's got a couple of things up his sleeve for, let's see, for whom? I think it's going to be with Tusk. So first off, he is, he's standing there. He kind of looks like just a big guy in a floppy robe. And he, like, drops the robe back, and he does a big Hulk flex. He's raging, you see. And the I just raged at you, apparently. That's nice because I had you targeted. And he is going to it's too funny. He's got multi-attack, so it's gonna be a little fun. Now he's only got daggers, however, he's got multiple attacks with his daggers. So he starts with 5 points.
Yeah, he's got an advantage on every one of them too.
I'm sorry, what did he just do?
So this guy gets all upset, drops his robe, does a big Hulk kobold flex, and takes out 2 daggers, and he starts poking at Tusk with them. So the first one hit, and the second, that's a crit.
Oh,
Crit.
10 points though. With a dagger, it's not so bad.
Doesn't matter. I'm so low on health.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so that's gonna finish his turn. For the life of me, I can't remember what Alset does that could help in this situation. So let me just take a quick look at what he can do. Dark
He
vision.
can give words of encouragement to us all. Yes.
He gives everyone dark vision.
Excellent.
How about
So I double dark vision?
It's too bad I have light on right now, and we don't need it.
Yeah.
The light needs to move to that corner too.
I could probably. Yeah. Let me move him into the close enough here that he can see them, and we'll use. I think he'd probably attack the priest guy, and I know he'd used the dissonant whispers thing before, so let's go with that. That, and he gets a saving throw, which he makes. So what damage does he end up taking? I think it's already done. So he already took 12, or the damage he needed to take. So yeah, Alset steps up there, does his, whisper sweet nothings across the room, doing a little bit of damage there to the Kobold Priest, and we'll move it over to Allie.
okay. I'm trying to remember if did I use all of my points of lay on hands the last time, or did we decide on half?
Is there a spot in the character sheet where you mark it? Because it's whatever, I would say it's whatever you have in the character sheet.
Because I think we had to do something weird because it didn't give me the option over here to like type in anything. It just told me what the.
Yeah, lay on hands is just a pool that she has.
Right.
I don't know if there's a way to track it in Foundry, or if there is, we haven't found it yet. Last time, I know she used some of it. I don't know how much she used of it though, because she used part of it on me.
Yep. I do.
Yeah,
not
we used
know.
healing
Well, there
potions.
is actually right on the character sheet, almost in the center near the top third. It says "Lay on Hands Pool," so there is a spot to do it. So we'll just have to remember that as you use it now. Take a guess at how many you have.
Where would I
Start with
find
that.
it?
If you double click your token and open up your character sheet, you will see, like, there's this row here, attributes, inventory, features, spellbook. It's right under spellbook on the main page. It says lay on hands. On my screen, it says lay on hands poo because the L isn't there. Do you see that on your sheet?
Okay, yeah, I see it. It says lay on hands Poe.
Oh, see, mine is like.
Mine just says 20 out of 20.
I suppose
Well, yeah,
I could have done
because
this
you haven't
too.
marked off any yet. So
Yeah, but there's.
so you have 20 total points, but you've used some of it. So I don't know how much Joe wants to say you have left.
I'm going to say you have what you
I
think you
wanna
have,
say-
as long as it's not 20.
I think I used 10 or 15 on Marty last time.
That's I think it was like around that point. Yeah.
10 it is, because it can't be 10 or 15. It has to be 10.
There we go. 10 it is.
So,
Therefore,
okay. Then I am going to do. And then I'm going to use the rest of my lay on hands on Tusk as soon as I figure out how to do that.
Appreciate that.
I mean, you're just going to reduce the number on your sheet, and he's going to add that number to him. That should be how it,
Okay.
it should be that
So-
easy. Because, Randy, you can just open up Tusk's sheet and just change your number of
Add
hit
10
points to
points.
match what it should be. So whatever you have now, just go in and type a number that is 10 higher.
Not 133, just 13.
Temporary hit points unite.
You said you had 1,000, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
5
thank
per
you.
level. She's
This was a
currently
mistake.
on
I thought I
level.
could take him out.
Well, to be fair, you can. You just have to hit them a lot harder and more frequently.
Yeah.
Allie, when you're ready, go ahead and move your turn over to Marty.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Well, Marty is going to boldly step into the well-lit room. He's going to see the group of individuals over there, and he's going to cast Ice Knife at 3rd level and try to hit them all in a cluster. So that's what Marty is going to do here. So let's go ahead and we are going to cast at, oopsies.
Ice knives.
Cast act. Whoopsies.
There we go. All right. And then there we go. We'll put that right there. And I believe that is, there we go. Attack.
10 million
normal.
damage.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
What is the maximum damage? Well, I don't know. If you click on damage, does it just give you? It should give you the
Yeah,
maximum.
it should. Yeah, it should give me.
Oh
It
my
give me the maximum 56 damage.
Oh my God.
good.
Apparently.
Oh God, man. So that's one of them, or is that all of them?
Oh well, so basically, it's half of the damage goes to the main person, and then it's in a little circle. So the other it shards off and it blasts the other people around it.
So you're sharding at them.
So it should hit all 3 of them. I'm sharding at them. Yes.
So give me,
Okay, who's
just
sharded?
because I don't feel like mathing, give me the amount of damage it does to the one that you wanted to hit hardest.
The big one, the big nasty one is the one that I wanted to take
The
out here.
Kobold
So
Captain
His name's
or
Tusk.
the Fanatic or the...
yeah, the Kobold Captain, yes, the
right.
Captain is who's who I was aiming at here. So
Okay.
I pull out a large, unusually large ice knife, and then because the room is so well lit because of my brilliance of the last round,
Yeah.
I was able to see him perfectly and just chuck the ice spear right where I want it.
So how much of that damage goes to him?
Let's do half, because then the rest of it will go there. So we'll say 20, 28,
All right.
and then
So
14 and 14 to the other 2.
The knife itself, because you had cast the light on the Kobold Captain himself, as the knife approaches him practically in slow motion, there's all these shimmering and glittering off of the knife, and as it hits him, it splits into equally shimmering knives, and a fraction of a moment later, the light goes out in the captain, and the knives plunge into the other two. Now, what was the damage they were taking?
14 to each one.
All right, 14. That leaves him at. That's minus 14 is that number. And then the other guy is 14. So much easier when it automatically does it, but you had a really cool spell, so it wasn't automatic.
Yes, Marty's a really cool person. That's why.
Well, yeah, it's unavoidable, right?
It's unavoidable.
All right. So when the knife hits the priest, he is completely distracted. You have knocked him off his game. The Kobold Captain has just fallen to the ground in front of him, and at some point somebody's going to make up one of these word games later that a Kobold Captain was found alone with a knife wound and just water on the floor, right? So that's going to happen. How did it happen?
How did he die?
Exactly. And then, so the priest is kind of stunned, and the Fanatic is just there, still ready with his knives, ready for. Actually, Tusk is up next, so let's go with Tusk, because Kobold Captain is now deceased. I will remove.
Tusk, mind the water. Mind the water. Don't slip.
Marty, my dear, where have you been?
Did you end your turn, Marty?
I did.
Okay.
All right, Your Honor. We'll be with you shortly.
We'll be right back.
I shouldn't be. It's on mine. It shows that it's on Tusk.
No, we're good now. Yeah. As soon as Randy moved Tusk, it updated my screen. I am going to, as I had done with the other two, I'm going to move the Kobold Captain out of the way and invisible him for now. When we're done with this combat, I will revisible the guys that I've made invisible, so you can decide what to do with them. Go for it, Tusk. You've got
Tusk says,
Fanatic, right?
Yes, Tusk says, "Excuse me, Father. We'll be with you in a moment." And I'm going to once walk over to Blady McBlades over here and use my what was it called again? My let me get back to features and traits. Reckless attack again, which will leave myself open again. But I'm assuming this is hopefully going to go better than the last time, and start off with with advantage on this attack.
Just oozing with confidence, assuming this will hopefully go better.
And of course, I haven't selected my target yet. Always got to do.
Target schmarget.
Target schmarget. Get two of these set up. All right. So the first roll is 8 plus.
I mean, you hit, but a 6 and an 8 on advantage. Not.
Yeah.
You still hit though. You got him. You hit him.
Yeah, that was a bad roll. So
yeah. Whew.
hopefully the damage is a little bit better. 3 on an 8, so 7 plus some raging is 9.
So
on
let
that
me add
one,
the other 2. And done. Next. What else?
I guess I have to select the weapon again because I guess I need to do these one at a time because it keeps just showing Great Club the first time. All right.
You're just trying to show it off.
And
That's
normal
all.
roll.
Look at this
Apparently.
club.
I have a great club, guys. Whew, that was
Join the
almost a
club.
1. All right, so still just a regular hit. That was close to a crit though. 19.
It's close.
25 after bonus.
Does anybody have the improved crit or anything yet? I don't know that anyone does. It just made me curious because.
Too bad there's no
thought-
reroll ones. So 7 altogether on that hit.
7. All right.
So it's 5.
You know what? 5 doesn't kill him, but 7 does, Randy. So
Oh,
that
sweet, 'cause
extra
I was
2.
going to kick him if.
Right. So what was causing the extra 2? Was that frenzy? You said.
Rage.
Rage
was the +2 on
So the,
strength attack rolls. Or
You
damage.
know that the only thing that brought you to the point of defeating this enemy was how pissed off you are at this point. In your just normal attackiness, you definitely would not have finished him. But you got him. You got him this time.
All right, Your Honor. Coming for
Your
you
Honor.
next.
He goes from father to your honor.
Tusk doesn't know what they do.
Nice. Again, I'm
I
going
need to
to
end my
drag
turn.
this
Sorry.
guy over and invisible him. And he is next. So he is going to... recompose himself, and he's going to try and call upon the dragon. And you hear a lot of words that you guys don't understand because you don't understand Draconic, but there's definitely something in there that sounds a lot like Daramon. And next to him, a shape similar to the barking dog, a shape similar to that dragon skull that is on the ground, appears right next to Tusk and tries to bite him. Let me do this. Okay. They bite Tusk. It's going to be for 18 damage. These little dragon bitey things.
Ow.
Yeah,
I
you'll
only
have to
13,
reduce that
so that
because
put
I
me-
didn't target you at the time.
Yeah.
It should be halved because you're raging.
All damage is halved?
When you're raging, yes.
Oh, well, then
Well,
I
this
should not
is
take as much
radiant,
damage as
though.
I did previously.
Oh, it's radiant damage. Okay, it's not biting or. Okay, never mind then.
I mean, it is biting,
It's
but it's biting
biting.
with radiant teeth.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's just the other damage should have been half
Yeah,
that I
if-
took from that other guy.
Physical damage,
I don't
yeah. They got a stabby guy. You should have had half damage from him. So you know what? To be
Yeah.
fair, let's take half from this. Take 9.
Okay.
Not because you really took
yours-
half from this, because the daggers really weren't as pointy as you thought they were.
Where's delete? There it is. Okay.
Where is
Down to
the-
4.
Where'd my character go? And that
What
will
is-
finish his turn, which moves us to. Let me take the Fanatic out of here. For now, we're going to skip over Alset. I'm not sure he is essential right now as far as his abilities. So let's see what Alistair can do here.
Alset's like, there's a book over here. Let me read it.
Yeah, you know, to
So now
that point,
the-
let me mention that when you guys got closer in there, on top of the altar is a book that has a lot of hand-scrawled. Allie could probably see this from where she is, even though she's about to do something else. It's easy enough to glance and see this. So a hand-scrawled common mixed in with symbols that you don't understand in this big leather-bound book with a quill on the altar next to it. And then you're going to.
We'll get back to that. Okay. So now the spirit thingy isn't on the board, right? It's just
It was a
his
one-time
excellency
spell.
over here.
Yeah, it was a one-time
Okay.
spell. You can kind of ignore that thing there, which I can get rid of while you're going ahead with your turn.
Okay. That's not what I wanted. This one. Okay.
Now, Jason, I felt it was appropriate that since you put out the Kobold Captain's lights, that equated to putting out your light as well. So, I
Yeah,
wanted to make sure that
makes
dropped.
perfect sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
lights out.
I like it.
Look at all this thought.
Marty's gonna get that on a T-shirt. It's gonna be a kobold. It's gonna be a kobold on the ground with a pool of water and the lights out.
Lights out.
Okay. So.
In fact, he's having Mage Hand scribble this down and trying to draw it out in real time as this is going on.
Perfect.
Hey.
Ooh, nice.
Hey,
Hey. And the Kobold Cleric says, "Hey." Everyone else was too.
Okay. Almost.
He's almost. What you got? Oh, so you did. Hold on. You may have. Give me a moment here. You did. You say almost, but there is no red there. He is deceased. And with that, I'm going to mark him as such, and then I'm going to take a moment and uninvisible. So first off, we're going to drop out of combat, and I'm also going to uninvisible the other guys that you have defeated, and they're all just kind of around in the room. I'm going to click End Combat here. And I will close the initiative tracker so we can see everything kind of clearer on the screen. Let me reset the scene for you. In this room where we have everybody hanging out is, I'll use my Game Master cursor here if you follow it on my screen. There's this tent, living quarters. Taking a peek inside the flap, you see cots and just general, this is where they live stuff. In this back corner, looks like piles of bones and stuff from dinners. It's like they're just piling up their food waste in the corner. This is a little campfire where they were cooking. This is the big dragon skull, and it is as big as it appears. It's a good 10 to 15 feet wide at its widest spots, excuse me, and a good almost 10 feet tall off the ground. It is very much intact. It looks like pristine, like whatever dragon this came from did not get clubbed in the head. Every little bit of this skull is intact. Right in front of that is the altar with that book on it. And then we've got those 4 benches around. Looks like they're just set up. This is living/worship chamber, if you will. Down in the lower right of the room, so the southeast corner, is just what looks like a pool. This is probably where they do their laundry and other stuff that they shouldn't do their laundry in. And then the top right was a stone, or is a stone throne where the priest was when you first entered the room, before he stepped down from his throne to engage in what was going on. The fire from the dragon skull lights the area, and as I mentioned, it's kind of a constant pulsing. And now that you're close to it, especially with Allie being right there, there's no heat coming from it. It's just a constant pulsing flame. There's the scene you've got. How would you guys like to go about this? For now, I'm going to say, just for the convenience of keeping Alset in check, I'm going to take the token, make it invisible, and say that Alset is going to go read the book.
All right, Alset, here, let me hand that to you here. He's a little short here. I'll just go and grab the book and drop it down to him. Tusk, how are you doing, old boy? You look like you've got a little bit of excess blood coming out of you.
Tusk is kind of doubled over a little bit, just kind of holding himself like,
Do you think that fire works on us?
I can throw you in there if you would like, but I wouldn't recommend. I have a healing potion if you would rather prefer.
Anything.
All right, let me go ahead and give you a healing potion here. 1 second, old man. All right.
37.
Okay. Also, since frenzying twice now, I have still disadvantage on ability checks, and now speed is halved.
Yep.
What is that?
That's exhaustion is bad.
That's what I was going to say. Is it officially exhaustion for a barbarian? That's the term.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had exhaustion before when he did it the first time, and his first right now is it gets bad.
These effects trigger at the end of it, right? So if I do it one more time, I won't have disadvantage on attack rolls until after that combat, or if I stop attacking, pretty much.
How do you Why can't I hand this over to Tusk here?
Are you choosing in your inventory? Are you doing the give to other player?
Yes, I'm trying to. At least I am. Unless I'm being stupid here, and I'm trying to. Why?
I doubt that.
It's a finicky system.
So I target Tusk, and then I click on the thing, and it does not say. It says use or don't use.
Marty, use an ice spear and
so
Tusk.
there should be a token, or not token, icon that looks like 2 little hands like this.
Yeah, I see that, but when I double click on Tusk, there's no icons that pop up for him. It just targets him. Let me just go ahead here and see. Maybe go ahead and, no?
You could try and drag it from your inventory onto his token.
Okay, let's try that.
I know as the GM, I can do that, so I could just do that.
Well, I can just roll the health, and he can just manually put it on there if you want. It makes it easier.
That works. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever works, and you might even be able to target him when you roll it too. I'm not sure if you can apply it to someone.
Well, there we go. Healing. That is 7 points that I don't think it went to him, but 7 points of healing.
Okay.
Well,
To
we just
you.
delete it from you and add it to. Hold on. I think my thing looks bigger. Yep, I'm at 11 now.
Hey, all right. Excellent. All right. Allie, what do you think we should do here next?
Thank you. I mean, thank you. Oh, that's better.
So now that this skull is just flaming, basically, it's not doing
Correct.
anything else actively.
Correct. And to be fair, it wasn't doing anything actively before, but the kobold priest grabbed some of the fire and used it to heal the captain.
Yeah. Marty's going to go over and look at the bodies of the captain, of the big angry guy that he killed. He's going to, one, admire his kill, and number two, see if there's anything on them that is interesting.
Okay.
While Allie decides what she's doing.
Alset, dear, do you think maybe you can look at this skull?
Alset would definitely. Let me try and try this. Alset would read the book. Look at the skull.
Allie, let me go ahead and I'll help you with this. I'll help you with the skull here. I'll walk over. I'm pretty good with magic. Maybe I can help you.
It's not quite my level of expertise.
Well, I'm an expert at all things here, Allie. Watch this. What would you like me to do, Joe? As Marty walks up to a skull that he hasn't.
If we're
He has
looking
no idea.
at what it can do, I'd say knowing that it's not throwing off heat, but it's still kind of on fire, it's got to be Arcana, unless you can think of something else that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. So Arcana, that is a 16 for Arcana check.
You determine it is definitely magical. You're
Allie,
positive
I think this is magical.
You're positive it is safe to touch it. And
Yeah, I put
you
my
can
hand in it because
almost
Marty's
not
also fire
resist.
resistant.
Okay, so you put your hand in it, and when you do that, you remember when you were younger and you had an extra bad hangnail on your finger. That scar heals up as you stick your hand in that fire.
Oh, well, Allie, look at this here. Do you see this? And I put my finger like super close to her face.
Marty, dear, that's just your hand. Please get out of my face.
I'm trying. There was a hangnail here before. There was a nasty scar. I mean, I was always very self-conscious about my hands. I don't know if I ever told you this or not before, but I used to, try to wear gloves and things because, again, kids would tease me. I mean, it was very, very, very traumatic for me. It's healed. Look at this.
Tusk, dear, would you like to come play with the dragon?
Do I want to what a dragon?
Come here,
Okay.
Tusk. Tusk, come here. Take a look. First, look at my finger. Look at this.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
I see your hand.
Excellent. Now,
You're an amazing creature.
Hey,
Absolutely.
old man, pull my finger.
I'll grab his head and I will just push it into the fire.
How strong are you? I guess.
I'm not very strong. I'm just doing it. I'm distracting you with my finger, and I'm going to grab your head and just push it into the fire.
Tusk is so caught off guard that he didn't even expect this to happen. So,
And I was going to say, even if you were worried about it, Marty has the strength to push forward a double exhausted Tusk. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
right on.
Okay, so as your head gets shoved into the fire, it actually it makes you feel good, like some of your memories of bad things are going away. You're not so troubled by somebody watching you pick a wedgie out when you were in second grade. That kind of stuff, it's all old injuries seem to be falling away. Knowing that you had some problems in combat earlier, that's still fresh in your mind. But the old injuries, the stuff that's been around for a long time, it feels good. Having your face in a dragon skeleton skull of magic fire feels good.
And then I let go of his head. I'm like, look, how do you feel, old man?
I feel like I just had 8 years of therapy. I don't feel as bad about accidentally causing the death of that little girl.
Yes.
Now I feel sad again. Not so.
This is fantastic here. Allie, would you like to give it a go?
I don't know if I'm ready for therapy yet.
Well, it's not so much therapy, but again, it feels genuinely good. It feels very, very good. Yeah, try it, please.
She enjoys the
With
weight
her
of her
size,
baggage.
can she just like crawl into it, like
Yeah.
into its mouth?
You sure can. I mean,
And this
easily.
little baby crawls out the
It
other
is-
side.
It is slightly agape, which slightly agape for a 15-foot dragon skull means yes, a halfling can fit inside. So
The
you just
halfling
wanna-
is going to
you
fit
just-
inside.
You just walk right in.
Mhm.
Then
I have Mage hand out sketching Allie crawling into a giant flaming dragon skull. It's going to be our next T-shirt.
there you go. The it's like walking through a waterfall of warmth as you step into, and I don't mean hot, and I don't even mean a rise in temperature. I mean that warm feeling you get inside when you were younger, and your family was intact and your sister was there, and everything was just happier. That feeling is what floods you, like the wholeness, and at the same time, that broken toe you had, it suddenly doesn't feel uncomfortable in your boot anymore, like it healed or something.
Excellent. Allie, how do you feel in there? I yell into the flaming skull.
This is incredible.
Isn't it?
Just incredible. I don't know if I want to leave.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, I think we should maybe bring this along with us here. I mean, this seems maybe too valuable to just leave.
It's a big dragon skull.
Yeah, you could put one of the cots from the kobolds in there and just kind of sleep if you want, I guess.
Well, I mean, Tusk, I mean, I know that you're looking a little winded right now, but maybe once you're feeling a little rested, we can heave this thing. Well, maybe not me, but you could heave this thing up and carry it.
Just place it in your pocket.
Do you have one of those magic tent things we could shove it in and close? And it'll shrink down and we can take it with us.
I don't think I do. No, I don't think I do. Let me check these people over here. Let's all check them and see if there's anything that they have that could help us with this.
Dibs on stabby.
Let me ask each of you to roll me a perception check, please.
Excellent.
I'm going to skip Alset still, but each of you three, go ahead and give me a perception check. Oh, who didn't notice a damn thing?
I'm blind.
Yes, well, Tusk saw everything. That's nice.
So Tusk,
Decent roll.
maybe because some of the old stuff has just gotten wiped away, you clearly remember that you have been through at least 3 passages on the way in that would not let you bring this back out. This skull is larger than
Alright.
the packages you came in. Passages
No
you
way
came
this
in.
would fit through those tunnels.
You'd have to.
All
find
right.
another
Well,
way.
let's check around this area here and see if there's anything useful, or maybe something we can learn a little bit more about Alset's dragon dorama.
I'm interested in the book.
Alset
You
will
might
hand
have
it over.
wrestled that away from Alset.
Yeah, Alset
You'll
will
have to
hand it
pry
over,
it
and he'll
from my
let you know.
dead fingers.
He'll just hand it over, and he'll let you know that there's a lot of stuff in there about the kobolds going out into the world to try and find stuff to bring back for the dragon's inevitable return. And it seems like they've raided a lot of places trying to find artifacts and bring them back to the horde here. And it says in the book that there's a horde here somewhere in this cave where we are now.
Does it give any kind of indication of like a location, any kind of map or hints?
No map. I have a big wall of text to read. Belshire. Yeah, that's what it was. All right. So there's a mention of one particular raid to a town called Belshire, where they were seeking more platinum for the dragon's hoard, more raw platinum, unrefined, and Belshire was supposed to be a good place for it, and they knew that there was somebody there who worked with platinum, with jewelry and metalsmithing. However, they did not find raw platinum. They only found refined platinum, and according to the logs, essentially they killed a lot of people, but dragged others to the mines to mine for more platinum. And it appears to have been just a few years ago.
Mine's here in this cave.
It doesn't say specifically where. It's just like the mines
Just the
is
mines.
something they say because they know about them. They don't need to give a description of them. It's what it appears to be.
Right. Well, there goes Allie's feel-good time.
Allie, you're all right. You look a little bit peaked right now. You look a little peaked right now, Allie. Do you need some food or something?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
For once, no.
What, to the food? For once, no.
Yes.
I like the start
Wait,
of the
something's
answer.
wrong with the food.
Go ahead.
There's some information in here that I've been looking for years. And she'll hold the book really close to her. This is something that we very much need to look into, like immediately.
All right. All right. I don't really quite follow, Allie, as far as what you're showing us here. You want us to go into the book?
You don't have to spell for that. Did they overhear everything that Alset said?
I don't see why not. I mean,
Okay, well then never mind. Scratch what stupid thing Marty just said here. And
now, if you'd like, Jason, I have no problem letting Marty be slightly out of it because he was going to check out the Kobold Captain, and in checking
Absolutely.
out the Kobold Captain, he would have found the really nicely made scimitar that when you pick it up, you can't imagine how the Kobold Captain could have swung it poorly because it practically pulls your arm in the right direction to make the most fancy moves. You actually have to fight it to make it not look good. Yeah, there you go. Jason's got it nailed.
I didn't know how talented I actually was here.
Yes.
Right here. This is absolutely fantastic. Tusk,
So
look at
picture
my new
this
talent.
happening while Alset's relaying
Impressive.
the information. And so in addition to the scimitar, he had a pouch on him with what looks like platinum nuggets. Right? They're not coins. They have little bits of rock and stuff in them. And also the armor he's wearing looks like it was forged from platinum. And it's not at all shiny. It's like not forged from refined, polished or anything. Definitely something they made themselves here, if you had to guess.
But it is platinum, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say overall, characters in our world can identify the metals that coins are made from pretty easily.
Yeah.
So you're pretty positive this is
Tusk,
platinum.
yeah, Tusk, old boy. This might be very not in its current state. We have to wash the blood off and get it to a smelter or something. But this is platinum here. I think this could be valuable for us. Do you think we should take it, Tusk?
Yes, let's take whatever we can.
All right, yes. And Tusk, look at my sword here. Look at this here. And I'll try to carve a tiny M on his shirt. And I'm like, ha ha.
Hasn't my shirt dealt with enough this last day and a half?
Tusk, I thought you would be excited about this. This is fantastic.
Let me throw a little twist here. How hard do you try to do that? Like, are you trying
Very
really
lightly,
hard
very
to
lightly.
make a
I don't
little
know.
M?
I don't know how well this. Yeah, like a little M, like a little cursed M in there with a little flourish.
Yes, that
Well,
is
if you're
impressive,
thinking-
but
if you're
I'm
thinking
having
more
a
about the
hellish of a
letter-
day.
If you're thinking more about the letter than the action, then it comes out perfectly. The sword guides
Excellent.
what you're thinking
Excellent.
of for that. Yeah.
Look at this here. This is fantastic, Tusk. And now, Tusk, do you want to try it? Do you want to hold it? Do you want to touch it?
I'm
No?
checking what this double dagger douche was doing.
All right, fine.
Little dagger dude. That's gonna be the inn at the next place you guys go.
It is. That's the next place we're going. All right, go ahead and check that place out there. Check that place out.
So now
yes, this place. I'm checking.
And then,
so hold on, that was happening while
Yeah.
Allie was getting the information from Alset. Now you're at the point where Allie's talking to you about the book. So now you can go back to not knowing what
Yeah.
she was talking about.
I just gather up. I gather up as much platinum as we can.
Yeah.
Me and Tusk while we're doing that. But yeah, we listen to Allie. All right, so Allie, do you believe that? How far away is this place that we need to go to?
Well, as of right now, it would seem that there's a horde in where we are now. I definitely would suppose that we should try to find that first to see if we can find A hoard for a dragon, and B, any extra information on what's in this book.
All right, well, where do you think we should check first in this cave here? I was kind of half asleep last time we were wandering through, so I wasn't paying very much attention.
It's hard to say. It looks like the book doesn't give any kind of location or map. It just says within this cave that we're in currently.
Other than that dead end, all I've seen is the path we have yet to go down, just out the hallway there.
All right, Tusk. Well, let's gather up what we need here. Tusk, how does that double dagger douche? How is he looking?
What does he have on him? Just you said 2 regular daggers is pretty much it for the most part. He did have a cloak or
So the
something
the
on.
two daggers. Give me like history, maybe investigation, maybe perception. Give me a roll of something that if you're looking at them and you're trying to figure out why they look different, what do you think that might be?
History, investigation, perception. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. Anything that you want to try and then describe to. So essentially, when you go to grab these daggers, they look a little different than a regular dagger, and you it's like why? So you're trying to figure that out.
Right. Yeah, so Tusk is given the best look over on these just to see what they look like. He's seen a lot of daggers before, but he didn't do so hot. 12 is the outcome.
So if they were looking at them, if they were a fair bit smaller, they'd almost look like they could be silverware on a fancy table. But they're a bit large for that.
These seem like silverware, but for like a giant.
They're really pointy,
This
too.
is weird.
Just so you know. Like super pointy.
I'm not one for these weapons, but I'll hold on to them unless someone wants them.
I'm okay with it. Allie, do you want some small pointy daggers?
Halfling short
I'll probably
swords.
use them more than you will.
Here you go.
All right, and then Tusk, do you want to try the sword? It's fantastic.
What kind of sword was it? You said it felt very finessey.
It's a scimitar.
Yeah.
Scimitar? Ah,
It's a
nice.
scimitar.
I'll give it a shot.
A
there you
scimitar
go.
is a scimitar's not versatile, right? Just long sword and a couple others, but I don't think a scimitar.
Depends on what you want it to be.
Yeah. In
Depends on
this
what you want it
case,
to be.
you know what? In this case, because of what this weapon is, this scimitar can be used one or two-handed. It would be D&D versatile.
Oh,
Why would you tell me that?
Because you can just beat up Tusk and take it.
there you go, Tusk.
I mean, you could probably ask him for it too, but I want to see you beat him up and take it. And
Marty,
just
I'll trade you the
120.
daggers for the scimitar.
Oh no, there's well, yeah, I mean, I'm not very much of a weapons man myself, so I mean, whoever would potentially like this more, I mean, it's quite nice. I mean, granted, I didn't realize I had such a talent for this blade here, and I'm just gonna start flinging it around. I'm gonna toss it up in the air and grab it and be like, haha.
She can have it. I
There you
prefer two-handed big smashy.
Okay. I will flip the blade so the handle goes out of my hand, and I grab the tip of the blade, and I just hold the handle out down towards Allie.
And you know, as
I'll do a
debonair
little
as
bow
Marty
with
has
arm.
been, it doesn't seem to have been that slick previously, but that worked so perfectly.
Now let's see if
before
I get another weapon and do the same thing.
Before
No,
proceeding,
I don't think that's necessary here. Besides, we have much work to do here. But there you go, Allie.
Tusk, let me see that club.
no.
I bet you I could juggle that.
No.
Okay, so with that, who ends up with the daggers? Was it Marty
I
now?
think Marty would have ended up.
Yeah,
I
so
think
she hands
Allie
me the
just
daggers.
said,
I'll
"I'll
put
trade
them in.
Now, when you
Yeah,
you
so I'll
see
put those
them,
in my back pocket.
when you see them, they look odd. Would you look at them and try and figure out why they look odd? And if so,
Yes, I'll be
same
like-
thing we did with Randy. Give me what you think a good roll would be to figure out why these old fancy kind of daggers, why do they look so odd? And then for Allie, you know this scimitar is definitely incredibly well balanced. Like whether you swing it with one or two, even as a halfling, it's not going to throw you off balance ever. And there's
think I
probably
would-
more to it.
because these were kobolds that were using these things, I think I would do an animal handling check to see if they were made for an animal, if they were made for a claw, if they just feel weird. What's the deal with them?
Okay. I like it. Let's do it. I'll take any old roll. Well, not that one. I mean,
Ew.
you're pretty sure that if an animal got unruly, you could stab them with it.
No, there we go. These are a little strange, but I think they will do just fine here when it comes down to the stabby stab. I will then gather up. Tusk, did you get the armor plate off the large one? We need that here. I got the other platinum.
Yes, I got
thing.
the plate mail off the other guy from the other room. Yes.
Good man.
So now one of the things I would say
I debated
is,
putting it on.
especially if you're grabbing the full suits of armor. We don't count encumbrance, but I'd like to start hearing, how are you carrying that? Is this going to affect you? Do you think you have to drop something else in order to carry these extra things? Again, I'm not going to count encumbrance, but I'd like to hear the story behind how Tusk is going to be. Now, he's already exhausted, but what is it going to be like carrying 1 or 2 extra sets of metal armor?
Well, I can take one set and I'll put it over myself, even though I can't really use it. And hopefully, if something happens, I'll be able to chuck it off in time. But if not, at least I'll have some protection. But I'll just throw it on there and be like, oh, I don't know how people move inside these things here. It's very, very
it makes lots
cumbersome.
of noise when it's not all fastened
Makes a lot.
properly.
Tink, tink.
Yeah.
Yes, it smells kind of bad in here too. I mean, I use prestidigitation to flavor and season the armor, a delicious, vanilla cinnamon. That way, I can tolerate being in it.
Tusk is a minimalist, so he mostly just had his rucksack and whatever little supplies he needed, as well as his blades strapped to. I think I said they were on his sides. I can't really remember. It's been a while. So he doesn't carry too much. He could afford to carry around some plate.
Okay.
So if there's just 2 of them.
Question.
Go ahead.
And he had another weapon too from the other guy that was giving him a hard time with like a fencing sword or something like that. But yeah, he's getting close to carrying too much soon.
Allie, what were you gonna say?
Is there a way to check for lycanthropy? Is there a way to check to see if going in the skull did anything for Tusk?
Tusk, can you put your butt in the
He
fire?
got hit by.
please?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
Perception or insight? I'll take either.
Get him, Allie. Get him.
Get him.
Get that check. Show him
Natural
what
20.
not is.
Hey.
Close.
Oh, so close. Good job though.
Okay.
Sick.
So based on what you've seen so far, the description that Tusk had about having therapy, Marty having an old hangnail healed, yourself having that broken toe I made up healed, this is definitely something that heals old wounds. So the scars that, or not scars, but wounds that Tusk just got in battle were not affected at all. It was only the old stuff inside his head. Now, if you push the rest of his body in,
You
there are
mean 2
probably some
nights ago was it
scars on
old?
his body, but not the fresh wounds. It apparently, especially with a 19 on the die there, I'll tell you, it is apparent based on what you've seen now that you need some form of skill to use this flame for something other than old wounds.
Let's see. All right.
We should toss that aristocrat Anan into here. She had quite a few scars all over.
Oh,
her.
she did. She is scar from ear to ear.
Well, you know what we should do? We should maybe try to take some of this fire with us here. Allie, do you have that torch that we can just maybe put into it and see if we can take it with us throughout the caves until we get out of here?
I'm sure we could try. I don't know if it'll take though.
Well, sure, that doesn't hurt to try. And if not, we can make our way out of here. The smell, granted, I smell much better now, but the smell is starting to get to me here and overpower things. And maybe we should go on.
Pots and pans dangling from you, as you said before. We could fill a pot with it, see if it stays.
That sounds like a smashing plan. Let's try it. So I'll bring a pot over, and then Allie, if you want to try the torch, we can see if we put them in, if there's any fire that stays.
So the first thing I'll tell you is it does not catch anything else on fire. So the torch thing doesn't work.
Well, I throw the pot away. Well,
As far as putting it into a container, you appear to lack whatever skill it was that the priest was able to use to grab the fire and manipulate it. It doesn't hurt to try and touch it, but when you guys go to touch it, it's the same effect. You reach in and, the old hangnail's healed. Maybe you got a paper cut when you were 10 that still burns every now and then. That's not burning anymore. And it's like it magically takes care of all this old stuff that you used to have.
yes.
But,
My calluses from the fields are gone.
yeah, your feet feel so much better. And hands, I guess. But maybe with some time, with some practice, and a little bit of knowledge, you could figure out how to manipulate the fire yourselves. But for now, does not happen.
I can do any kind of like medicine check or anything.
Oh, you certainly can. You just rolled your 119 for the night, though, so let's see what happens now.
Yeah, so roll one of your 520s for the night.
There you go. You have some catch up to do when it comes to rolling higher numbers, just not now. So a 12, no, you're like, I'm okay at medicine, I'm okay at religion, I just can't. It's going to be more magical than
Magic.
what. Yeah, it's more magical than what you think you could muster with what you've got in you.
All
That's
right,
not to
well,
say you would have
maybe
failed
this
on
is
the
beyond
20.
us right now.
This is a bit out of my department.
Let's, Allie, why don't you take the lead here and start navigating us back out so we can try to search this place some more. I'll grab Alset, who I assume is just reading, and I'll just pick him up, and we'll start making our way back
One
out.
interjection, Marty.
Did we want to try to rest?
That's what I was about to suggest.
I mean, I feel smashing right now. I don't know about the rest of you.
I feel smashed.
Well, I mean,
I
if
don't
you
mean in the good way.
if you would like to sit down and maybe take a break, I'll put Alset back down. If you would think it'd be good, we can take a short break here, I think.
Yeah, because I'm rocking pretty low.
As it is, based on what's going on, I think all of you as semi-seasoned adventurers would guess you just took care of the big things that were here in the cave. There's no other
Right.
noises happening. You're probably safe to rest. Never a guarantee, right? But
Yes, absolutely.
you're probably safe to rest. And what I would like to do at that point, too, is we've only looked at what 2 of the bodies had. Let me just throw a few things at you guys,
we looked
assuming
at all the
during
bodies.
your
Never
rest
mind.
period. Yeah, during your rest period, you're just going to start looking at what else is out there. So step 1, depending on how long you guys plan to stay here, you can all at least take a short rest. So you can start with that, and then
Nice.
with the kobolds that are in here. So another look at the priest, that kobold who is the one that was manipulating the fire. He definitely, there's something about his features that does look almost feline, which I was trying to make the reference to, the cat dragon soundy noise that it was making. It's like in between the kobold / dragon scales, you can actually see some fine wisps of fur. So it's like some kind of mix there. And around its waist is a belt
Wow.
that just has a whole bunch of little vials. And those vials are mini healing potions. So
Bet.
you're going to find 10 of them. Each one heals 4 hit points. There was no roll. It's
All
just,
right.
each vial is a
Marty,
straight up
Marty
4
shotguns all of them.
Bam!
Oh!
Done.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's down like 2. Yeah. So however you want to store that,
we can
think of
tell that they're healing potions, right? Though.
the picture you've got, or the picture you could work with what you've just found. This is like the old Western bullet belt, and instead of bullets, there are little vials of healing potions. There are 10 of them in this belt, just kind of stuck in little holders.
Right.
And each one will just heal straight up 4 hit points. That's it.
Okay.
Do you need a healing shot? And I'll hold them. Shots?
Shots.
Well, when you say it
Allie?
like that,
Let's divide them up. 3 apiece, and one of us gets one more.
All right, well, Tusk, you look to be worse aware. I think maybe Allie, if you're okay with that, he should have the extra one.
yes. However,
Oh.
I have dibs on the belt.
There you
Can
go.
the belt fit you?
Listen,
What?
She's tiny. Of course it does.
So,
the
as an
belt is like-
interesting thought, perhaps each one of the little vials, after you drink the healing potion out of it, will fit back in the belt. Maybe you could use it to store something else at some point, right?
she collects so many like spices, ingredients, just
Nice.
weird shit that could possibly be medicine-y.
Cool.
Nice.
So yeah, if you guys are just going to use them straight up and not have any left over, just get those 40
I'm
hit points.
I'm good. I don't need to use any of mine right now. I think I'm all right. I think Alset is all right. Alset, you all right? Alset's all right. He says he's
Oh
fine.
yeah, he is.
Um,
You can't see him because he's invisible, but his health bar hasn't moved in 2 sessions. He's fine. Yeah.
I took a short rest. I used 2 of my hit die. I got a 12 and a 1, so I went both ends on that.
Got a way to
So I'm
flatten
gonna
the
go ahead
curve,
and-
Randy.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and use 2 of them, get 8 more hit points back,
Okay.
and
So we're doing a short
two.
rest.
it's up to you guys. Yeah, I'm fine. But if you guys need a long rest, I think it's safe enough to do so.
Yeah,
I
the
took a
one
short-
thing I'm thinking of when it comes to the long rest is you will get things
Lycanthropy.
back that you might not get from the short rest. So it's completely up to you whether you want to click the long rest or short rest button. I have no problem with either.
I think a
Right
long
now?
rest would be better for Tusk and I.
All right, well, let's take a long rest then. We'll take some watch.
the only thing I can think of that would be a problem too is the chance of lycanthropy taking effect on Tusk.
And there was a question of whether we could find out something about that, some kind of investigation. Again, knowing that it's not an old injury, you don't think the flame would help, but was there anything else you wanted to try? I think it was Allie, you were thinking about that.
Well, because we'd already tried that weird moss that was in the beginning, but we said that was more of like a almost like a flame-proof sort of thing.
Yeah. And that's still in this area too, by the way.
Mhm.
It's still the whole reddishness of this area is a lot of that moss.
I'm okay with a
about
long
that.
rest if that's what you want to do. I'll just go and have you guys tie me up.
Yes, absolutely. We'll tie him up here, and Allie, I think maybe I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'll take maybe first watch if you want to try to get some rest.
Are there any big rocks in here I can stack in front of the
The
entrance?
stone throne, I think you should sit on the stone throne and be strapped in and let everyone else worry about stuff.
All right, we
Put
can do
Tusk in
that.
his car seat.
Car seat, me.
I'll take out my 50 feet of hempen rope, and I'll be like, all right, Tusk, let me go ahead and just tie you to this chair here.
Here's mine too.
No, 100 feet. Okay, 100 feet of rope. I like mummify him to the thing with that much rope.
And then I wake outside with 2 squirrels in my mouth.
Yeah, I think 100 feet of rope will cover a 7-foot tall person.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, you just
So
see
the
his eyes
last-
looking through the rope.
The last thing that I want to mention as far as looking through the area, because now we're talking about being there for, 6 hours or so, right? Within their quarters is bones that are apparently from some sort of hybrid form. They look human, they look animal, they look different. Does anybody want to try and investigate that?
Could I do a medicine check on that?
Yeah, definitely. I like to have you guys tell me what skills
I'm being tied to a
you're going
chair,
use.
so-
Because I think when you tell me what skill you're going to use, it makes more sense to your character than whatever I make up.
Fair enough.
You're
Now
not
for the
allowed to
long
roll a
rest, is it
one.
just this button under the hit dice?
Yeah, you can actually click long rest, and it'll kind of walk you through what you need to do for a long rest, I believe. I think it comes up with a couple.
What did you find over there?
Ta-da! Okay, cool.
Marty recovers 4 hit points.
I feel even better now.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a new day? Or everyone else did,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Wow, I rolled the exact same thing as last time.
You know what?
Allie, what did you find? Something good?
Randy, because of what you just said, is it going to be a new day? I'd like you to roll a perception check for Tusk. And now, Allie.
Does he have disadvantage because he's like covered in ropes?
He might actually have advantage because he can focus.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, so I guess I'll roll with advantage.
All right, so then
Normal roll.
with the medicine check, there is
Oh, that's
best
almost
guess is because you've got a 12 there. So I'm going to say best guess. These are lycanthropic skeletons that may have been in shift or in hybrid form when they were killed. And also, if you guys remember, I think it was the last session, if not session before, there was some mention about when they heard the noises, the kobolds were saying when they heard the noises down the hall, was it the werewolves this time? You know, are the werewolves come back or whatever the comment they said was. So it might be the hybrid werewolf kind of thing. And Tusk.
Oh, Ellie, everything all right?
These bones looked awfully strange to me. Upon further investigation, I think these are from a lycanthrope that was in the middle of shifting.
I'll look back at Tusk and be like, Tusk, old boy, how do you feel?
Tied up.
Tied up. I'm tied up at the moment.
Well, anything
I'm
that-
feeling better.
Did anything
suppose
happen overnight?
it's an appropriate time to have Randy roll that D20, no modifier, and I'm not telling you what it's for. If it weren't obvious enough, ha ha ha.
I forget how to do that on here.
You should have a dice tray on the bottom
There's a
right
little
of your
dice thing at the
screen
very
now.
bottom of the chat
Oh,
window.
yeah. I see it now.
And you can just
I'm
click the
apparently
20 and then click the roll. Da, 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 da.
3. Something happened.
So when Marty asked Tusk how he's feeling, Tusk says, just fine. Now, I don't know what he says, but nothing's going on right now.
Okay, all right.
Just fine.
Well, there we go. All right, Allie, is there anything with those bones that you can discern? I know that you are incredibly smart and talented when it comes down to medicine and healing. Is there anything that you can glean from them that might help Tusk? Speak up, Allie. I can't hear you. Allie, speak up, please.
Click the mute button.
I can see that you're.
No. Listen, I know Marty's not a bard, but I'm just saying, with as much flattery that comes out of that man's mouth, I should get like advantage from this.
Advantage from.
I want to.
Go ahead.
I don't know, Marty being charming.
Yeah. No, I mean, I meant
look a
advantage
little bit
for what? What is it you're going to do? Sorry.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I think really quick, I want to look a little bit more through this area with the bones and see if there's anything other than just bones, any kind of, really anything.
Okay.
Any herbs or information.
I'm going to
Timing.
say that
Look at their
either
feces.
perception or investigation.
Allie, look at their feces.
If you have an idea
Look at their
of what you're
droppings.
looking
You can learn a
for,
lot from droppings.
yeah. If you have an idea of what you're looking for, we'll go with investigation. If you're looking in general for something that just doesn't add up, then that's going to be perception.
Marty, I need you to untie me so I can go look over there too.
I will just push your chair forward a little bit, and I will just leave you in the chair and just push you and just kind of just loudly push you on the throne towards the throne.
Big stone throne?
I'm going to need a natural 20 for that to work, Marty,
All right.
It's stones.
because it will
Marty
be
feels
fun
confident?
if it works.
Please
But
try it.
this
I
is
just want to know.
oh,
17.
it
Oh,
it
close.
almost
Did I just push him
budges.
over?
No, it almost budges. You
Can
realize
I
that
rock
and it's
to try to
interesting
help
though,
him?
because as you start to push at it, and you kind of with your feet and maybe your hands, you move some of the moss out of the way. You realize that this is carved from the floor, right? So this was carved down. It's not a separate throne. It's part of the cave itself.
Oh, Tusk, I'm tired.
Untie me.
Tusk, I think
when you look up, this is one of those. It was a
need a minute.
column. It's a column where there's still a little bit of a bump of the stalactite up there, or stalactite. now the bottom has just been carved into a throne.
Oh,
I was really curious
Tusk,
what would happen on a 20, but there we go.
I think I'm going to need to sit down for a minute here, Tusk. Just hold on, old boy. I'm going to sit down by the fire real quick.
You can sit here once you untie me.
All right, I'll sit on your lap. I sit on Tusk's lap and I take a breather.
Get off of me.
That's off of me.
Ellie.
Get off of me now.
All right, get off of Tusk. Now,
I
Tusk
am
here.
not that man's keeper.
I saw
Tusk,
a bird.
has it been, have we done our long rest, Joe? Is it safe to untie him, or is it still like middle of the night where I feel like I shouldn't?
Let's say. Well, here's a defining factor. Randy's going to give me another D20 roll.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's being real feisty right now.
He's being very feisty.
yeah.
I got an 18 that time.
All right. Yes, we're right at the end of the long rest. Everyone feels the effects of being refreshed, and Tusk is not yet trying to kill anyone.
You need.
Well, I'm sure I should say involuntarily trying to kill anyone.
All right. I will again grab a coin from my pocket and I will cast light on it, and I'll look into his eye and see if there's any pupil change. Anything?
In his eye,
Some veins
no.
starting to-
No,
some red
he
veins starting to
definitely.
pop up.
All of the red eye that he had from being super exhausted is pretty cleared up now.
Okay, and I will
Yeah.
muffle the light. All right, Allie, do you think it's safe to let Tusk out? Yeah, I'm going. As I pull out the knot that I've tied, I'll pull up like I'm going to undo it.
What was the first part of what you said, Joe? I'm sorry. After the roll.
What was the first part? That Tusk wasn't
The
going to kill anyone yet?
Okay, cool.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So I'll undo the rope, and I'll undo the rope, and I'll there we go. There we are, old boy.
But if you get an attitude again, we're putting you right back in the chair. It's
That's
a timeout
true.
chair.
That's true.
Time out.
You're going to put me in the chair, Alistair. You can just ask. I'll listen.
All right, Tusk. Well, go help Allie with whatever you wanted to see.
I just wanted to see these bones. For some reason, I'm attracted to just femurs. For some reason,
That is odd thing to be
there's a
attracted
weird
to.
itch behind my ear.
Maybe I'll let you do this by yourself.
Yes, Allie, maybe you should step away from him.
I love mishearing words sometimes because I realize he said femurs, but I thought he said lemurs, and that is just way funnier. And even though the femurs part was pretty damn funny, right?
Weird.
all
This
right.
femur is shaped like a lemur.
Femur, lemur.
Oh my God, they're were lemurs.
Where? Oh my! Oh, we are not equipped to handle this. We need to get the hell out of here now.
They're
Could you
so
imagine
cute.
that half-orc-sized lemur?
Yeah.
It would be terrifying. All right. Well, is there anything that we need to gather here? Should we now that we feel all much better? Everyone feels better, right? Yes. I think we should maybe press on and go and try to find what Allie was looking for.
Tusk wanted to real quick look at the bones too, if
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
if he could gauge anything else out of it. I'll go with investigation this time around. He's just like taking a inquisitive look with everything going on. He's just very curious. 17
my.
plus 3 is 20.
Oh,
Okay. Looking around the tent, it appears, from what you can tell, and maybe this suits you more because it's kind of a, I don't know, call it a warrior or hunter's trophy kind of feel. You can see that the way some of the boneses are arranged, it looks like the kobolds are one-upping each other with the amount of were creatures they have killed. And to be fair, I'm going to say werewolves because all of these, again, I'm going to give you got a 20, so I'm going to give you a little more. They're all of the werewolf variety, and the next to each cot, like there's a little bit bigger pile in this spot, a little bit bigger pile in that spot, and whoever was currently leading has 4 werewolf heads, as well as several bones underneath stacked in such a way that it's definitely on purpose. These weren't just randomly tossed over here. So it looks like these are trophies, the way they have them stacked up. Which leads
Okay,
you
he'll
to
just-
perhaps believe that they were hunting werewolves, or werewolves keep coming in here, especially when you heard them earlier mention werewolves coming in. So they've had some confrontation with the werewolves.
So I'm not sure how. I don't see the werewolves getting in through how we did, but apparently werewolves keep getting inside here. Either that or they're hunting them and then bringing them back, but they did say that they were in the tunnels before. So,
Oh, I mean, we've seen some really odd creatures down here, I think. I think there might be something here, a game that is not something that we are fully understanding here. Maybe Alset here will have learned something by the time he's done reading his book. But I think...
let's just keep our eyes out for more
I
exits.
agree, Tusk. Do you think there's anything that we should take here, Allie, from the bones, or should we just move on?
I mean, if they're just trophies, I don't suppose there's much else to learn from them.
All right. Well, then let's move on then, everyone. Allie, would you want to take the lead out of the tunnels here, since or should Tusk or myself do so? What do you think? I put the big heavy armor back on that we're going to carry out, and I'm clanking around.
Yes.
Tusk, where did you say that one tunnel we didn't take yet was? Towards the beginning?
Yes, out to our left when we go through this tunnel. There was also the tunnel with the dead end, and I don't think Marty had time to look at it before we headed this way.
Oh, I was much too busy to take a look at that at that time.
It was also definitely a dead end, just so you know.
Okay. They have no idea of knowing that for sure, but they'll leave that alone.
You do know, because I just told you.
We don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
Yes. The gods have just whispered to my ear that it was a dead end, so we're good.
Well, to be fair, we kind of explored it, and I said, yeah, it's definitely a dead end.
That was to our right. Where are you going?
The other left.
All right, so let's get out of here then. We start making our way out of the tunnel.
Oh, they
You're
left
the,
already.
you're the only one
Just
that
the-
hasn't moved yet, Marty.
Yeah, no, I'm trying. With my negative strength, I'm like clink, clink, and I'm just kind of moving my way slowly.
They're gone without you,
Marty,
buddy.
darling, could you possibly quiet down?
Clank, clank,
Yeah,
clank.
I don't know how people walk around in these things. I think we need to make some of our own armor one day. The Crimson Minotaur armor. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll come up with our own branding for it.
Minotaur.
There, yeah, that's. All right.
I
I
really like.
gotta eat.
I know it can be tough to move around with the keys, but I still really like the way our stream camera adjusts the map as you guys go through with the vision that you guys have. It's cool stuff, man.
There we go. Allie,
Computer just doesn't want to keep up.
as I'm clinking behind Allie.
You know, this is kind of how I feel
Wait for
the
us.
characters would walk around too sometimes, right? I mean, looks like Allie dragged herself on the other side of the wall.
Allie, you faced through the
yourself
wall.
back.
Dragging. I'm just pressing buttons, hoping it goes.
Oh, all right.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
There's a trap door here.
let me
We went
move-
to the
let me
other
move
wall-
you
into the other side
over-
of the room.
Move you over to where you're supposed to be. And
All right.
Because you were in solid rock. Not that it's your fault, because these are windy caverns. I specifically went for something with more visual appeal than square, instead of just straight passages ways. Now that you've gotten about this far, what I want is let everybody stop where you are, and let's have everybody catch up. And I want to get perception rolls from the two people up front. And I'm going to, on the stream
Who's
camera,
up front of us?
I'm going to zoom out so you can kind of see a little bit. Allie is up front. Right now I have
Tusk is fully
and then
rested, so he would
I
end
have,
up there as well.
I have Tusk and
Oh,
then
Tusk and
Marty.
Allie.
But I want the two of you to move up to where you should be. Right? Allie's, 20 feet
I'll
ahead
move
of
up there.
Tusk, who is 15 feet ahead of Marty. I assume you guys would be in adjacent squares as you get up there. All right. So here we go. Let's have Marty. Can you move yourself up to where they are?
I'm trying to. There we go. There we go.
There we
Hey, I'm
go.
moving.
All
There's
right.
movement.
That way I can zoom out, because the next time somebody moves, I'm going to have to rezoom it. But I just want to make sure our stream camera shows kind of what we're seeing. Let me describe it a little, because I know sometimes it's going to be hard to see just based on a two-dimensional map. you see into this room. If you look at where the game master indicator is, it looks like this room just opens up. And as far as your vision takes you, now granted, I think technically Tusk sees farther than Allie, but if you just look at the stream camera here, we can say that people can describe stuff to each other. Shortly inside, so this is, again, kind of a big room. Inside, and well, I'm going to use direction as far as the map is, not as far as the characters are facing. So if you look in and to the left, or down and to the left, there is a gargoyle. I mean, this is stereotypical gargoyle, stone thing, pointy ears, hunched over, and there is a little bit of a glow around it, kind of like a reddish glow at its base. In front of it, those dots kind of on the map, those are, let me put my cursor over here so I can zoom in. Those are piles of bones and skulls and stuff kind of in front of it. And there are scorch marks on the floor. Farther straight south, you see another gargoyle. Actually, let me take this back. The first thing I said was the first one had a reddish glow. It actually has the greenish glow. The one at the bottom has the reddish glow. You can kind of see that if you look on the map. One is greenish, one is reddish. Yep. But they both have this like runic look on the floor beneath them. And then down to the west, or the left side of our map, you can see glowing runes on the ground. And then almost in the center of the room, which I guess you don't know is the center yet, so to the east of the vision spot we've got, it looks like the edge of some kind of portal and a big carpet on the ground. I wanted to make sure we stopped there so I could give you some indications of a gargoyle with bones and scorch marks in front of it on the ground, and the other things that you can see. With those perception rolls, I wanted to make sure you guys understood that you're probably standing right near a trap.
This feels
Excellent.
From behind the both of them.
bad.
So, what do you all think here? Is it good? Are we good to go?
I have a bad feeling about this room.
Define good.
Like, I mean, are we good to enter the room here, Ali? I mean, this is something that we're pursuing for you in terms of trying to find stuff here. Tusk, what about you? What do you think? You said you have a bad feeling about
I
this.
thought we were here because of Alset.
Well, we are, but Alset he's reading his book right now. Ali was the one who found something in there that she believes we need to find here in this hoard.
This feels like a trap. It's a trap.
There is. I mean, and again, I'm going with Allie got a 22 on a perception roll. Tusk got a 21. I mean, you guys both beat any level 4 DC that you should come up against. That gargoyle in front of you has a pile of bones in front of it because it found a way to destroy them when they got too close. I mean, that is obvious. It's a trap. You're not in a trap, but walking forward, you'll probably trigger one.
Tell you what.
Anybody got a heavy rock that we can just throw?
Well, I could hear me out here now. We're wanting to go into the room, correct? Yes?
Right.
All right. Who is the bravest of us here besides me? Obviously, I can't go right now because I'm here with Alset. But out of the two of you, who is the bravest?
You pay me 5 years in advance right this moment, I'll go.
Alset, do we have the budget?
I'll set whispers into Marty's ear. There's probably at least 5 years salary in that room somewhere.
Oh, all right, fine. Tusk, old boy, you've got it. And I will cast invisibility on Tusk, and I'll touch his...
Poof!
You can't see the fact that he had opened his pocket now because he said right now.
We can't see it. We can't see it. And it was like,
Fine.
so I will cast invisibility on Tusk, and I got to target him first on this here. And
the half-orc that almost fell into the water a session or two ago is about to go and tiptoe through the tulips over here before he pushes up daisies.
He's a flowery guy.
He's just going to slowly walk. Oh, That looks bad.
So yeah, what?
So I accidentally cast invisibility at a higher level, which I can't do. I don't know why Foundry let me do that, but I cast it at normal level. So you have 1 hour of being invisible unless you attack something or get hit or do something that will break it.
I see a
So
big.
now my next
what looks
question
like
would
lava
be:
from here.
as Tusk creeps forward, do you two creep forward with him, or is it just going to be him?
I'll crouch down next to Allie a bit. So Tusk, once you're in there and you give us the all clear, just yell at us because we can't see you.
Okay.
I don't know
So,
that
Randy-
yelling is going to be the.
Don't move any farther yet. What were you saying, Allie?
I said I don't think that yelling would be the best course of action.
All right, Tusk. Maybe release a loud belch, and then the smell will come and hit us, and we'll know that it is good.
It's a good thing I don't have a dagger. I just throw it at him.
Release
Well,
the
if you do that-
Kraken.
if you do that, you'll break the invisibility. Tusk.
That's true.
So let me describe more of what you see, Tusk, for you to relay this back. I'll let you relay it in
Very
your
pretty
words,
scene.
and I'm just going to give you the highlights of what's in the room. Again, if you look at the stream cam, what I'm describing are the gargoyles. You can now see that there are 6 around the room. They each have a little bit of a glow to them, which is why you can see them farther away. There are 2 oddly glowing spheres around what look like mini dragon statues, all on the far southeast. The 2 big carpets, and that what looks like a magic runic ring around a big, I mean, that's what, 15-foot diameter pool of flame that from here you should be able to feel the heat. So perhaps it's similar to the flame that's in the skull in the other room. But if you want to take anything you see on that map and describe it how you want to the other 2, that would be cool to hear how Tusk sees it.
Okay, so after he sees all that, he's going to backtrack. So I'm going to have my icon walk back.
Run away!
I see 4 more of these gargoyle statues.
Don't say that to us. Tusk. You have to announce yourself before you show up here, man. We can't see you.
No belch or anything.
I am here.
Thank you, Tusk. So what did you see?
I am Tusk. I saw 4 more gargoyle statues. I saw what looked like 2 smaller dragons with what looks like how would I describe a force field in this? Like some aura around them.
There you go.
Dragons.
Statues, probably statues. Though I have a bad feeling that they might not be. And you could probably feel it 10 feet into here. There's like a fire circle in the middle of here. It's really hot. It could be lava, it could be just flame. I definitely get dragon lair from this.
All right. But there's no dragon there, though, is what you're saying.
I see nothing living so far, but that hasn't
right.
stopped things in the past from.
Allie, do you think that it's safe for us to go inside?
You want me to walk around the room?
I mean, it might be prudent of you, old man.
Safe isn't the word I'd use, but
Okay, so Tusk is going to, as stealthily as he can, just slowly walk around the room, just going counterclockwise around the big
Okay.
heat circle.
As you step right into that square where you have stepped, a little sign pops up and says it's the end of the episode.
Oh!
It's definitely trapped, man. Look what you've done. You've made the world end. For now. Dun, dun, dun. And
If I
we'll
release
get
my
into
foot from this pedal, it'll begin again.
we'll get into more of the Dragon's Lair proper when we continue it. I want to mention one thing. Jason, I don't know if you've ever done this, but for me, we had talked about how the hell is lycanthropy going to work with Tusk, and I came up with something that just completely random, but I don't know if I've ever done it before. The way I'm going to do this is in order to indicate that Tusk keeps getting closer and closer to lycanthropy but doesn't hit it yet, is every time I feel like some time has passed, I'm going to ask Randy to roll a d20. When I ask him to roll a d20, I'm writing another number down on a Post-it here.
Ah.
If Randy rolls any of the numbers I've written, the lycanthropy will advance. It has nothing to do with whether he rolls high or low. So right now I have 5 different numbers. So the next time he goes, there will be 6 numbers there. So he'll have a 6 in 20 chance. The next time it'll be 7. The next time it'll be 8, etc. So
I like that. That's
rolling
awesome.
the 3 or rolling the 18 made no difference because I don't have 3 or 18 on my Post-its. And I'm like, that's kind of neat because the chances will just go up every time. And all I have to think is, has it been long enough to make Randy roll a d20? So there we are. But yeah, it just came to me randomly, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of interesting. It's like
I like it. That's awesome.
It's like a countdown timer. At some point, you're going to roll it, even if you get down to 19 numbers and you just keep rolling the same number and over and over. Now, bam, it's going to happen. So we'll get there.
I like it.
So anyway, let's we'll call this one for now, and we will definitely pick this up next time. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys handle the Dragon's Lair, because this is the first time our party is going to face real live dangerous traps, as well as magical, mystical stuff, not necessarily combat. This is going to be more, extra learning, discovering, disarming. We don't necessarily have a true to life rogue, do we? Like, we don't have anybody here that just disarms traps without throwing their face in front of them. Speaking of which, I think Tusk will probably continue his exploration next time. But yeah, we'll wrap this one up. Thank everybody for joining in. Thank you guys for being here tonight. And we'll finish up this stream. We can say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.